But I'm happy we got you on now.
Thank you.
I want to get into some of the stuff you're involved in as well.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to, should we kind of touch on Black Femme Film and
Yeah, of course.
what that's all about? And
Of course. So I'm 1/5 of a collective called Black Femme Film, and we champion diversity in the film and creative industries, both like on and off the screen. So we started because we felt like in the Black British space, we felt like men were kind of making moves. We didn't feel like there was a safe space for women to really enjoy and to really have that support in film. So that's why we kind of got together. And yeah, it's been an amazing couple of years. We've done commissions of like Disney and Marvel. We have been featured in The Independent and BuzzFeed, and delivered workshops to universities. So onwards and upwards. Yeah.
So what do you guys like? Just like, do you guys host screenings for Black film specifically, or?
No, so we don't host screenings for just Black film because our thing is like Black people can enjoy all kinds of film. It doesn't need to be a slave film. It doesn't need to just be an urban film. Mm-hmm. So we just
urban.
urban.
What you call it?
Yeah, we just kind of create that space. Sometimes we work with big kind of publishing companies or distributors who want the movie to get out to the right people.
Right.
So especially when we did the Thug commission, they were like, listen, we want Black people in the UK to be able to see this film and speak about it and write about it, etc. So
that's dope, man, because obviously the reason why you created your platform is because of the fact that there wasn't many things like this. Mm-hmm. I just wish, like, when I was growing up, that there was something similar. I guess it's an incentive to kind of get people to come out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
So obviously we were out on a weekend, we were hosting a screening, and I was saying, like, there needs to be more things like this, because don't get me wrong, we love a turn up, innit?
Yeah.
But
fucking love a turn up.
we do, but there's other aspects to us, innit? And there's other things that we enjoy. And something like film is something that we all enjoy, because we'll get on the timeline and we'll speak about certain things, like
top 5 movies,
top 5
lyricists.
Like, we remember scenes, like, there's like more to us. So like having stuff like this is important. Like, and I'm starting to see like a lot of it, like, more and more nowadays.
I love that, because we got into our hosting bag, innit? So we did for Benny Boy events.
Yes.
For Black History Month, they're putting on each Sunday of the month like a cult classic from like Black cinema. So we did the first one, which is Boys in the Hood. I know for some people think, Boys in the Hood, but I watched that film so many times. But sitting there watching it, I've got new nuances throughout, and it is a hood film.
Yeah.
But there's so much layers to it when you watch the film, and then we had a proper conversation after, like almost like a panel discussion myself and Vans hosted, got everyone's opinions. Unfortunately, someone in the crowd had just lost their cousin like 6 weeks ago to knife violence. So then you got the scene when Ricky gets shot. The differences between two brothers being in the same household, but having one's on the route to college, one's on the roads. But because of their environment, within 2 weeks of each other, they both pass away. Then there's so much stuff in there. You got a positive role model with Trey going to stay with his dad. Like, it was so dope to just sit there and be like, okay, yeah, I watched it so many times, I didn't catch that bit, I didn't catch that. So that was dope, because we like to turn up, but it's nice to have that kind of like casual environment. We can have our own conversations. So I definitely encourage people to go and check out Benny Boy events. Obviously this comes out, you're listening now, it's Thursday. So they're doing Get Out this Sunday.
Nice.
I'm going to try and get down there for that as well, and throughout the rest of the month.
Yeah, man, for sure.
People throwing out some wild ones though, like Colour Purple and certain things like that. They're classics, but I don't want to be that sad, bro. Please, man, allow me.
And I think that's a good thing about film, is that film doesn't always just need to be movies. So film can cover sort of theatre, it can cover music videos, adverts and whatever. So, that's what we more or less have been trying to do. I feel like right now there's almost like a Black British renaissance going on. Whereas before we were so inspired by American culture, I feel like we're really kind of in our own lane right now.
Yeah.
And especially the people around us, I think we're in such an interesting era, because we are going to be the people that other people look up to, like our generations, because so many, sorry to get so deep, but because some of us are first generation immigrants, and we have such a strong tie with our culture, we are the ones that really inspire in the music and all the Top Boy and dub plate drama back in the day. Like, we got to really live that. So for me and for Black Femme Film, that's like what we're trying to capture, make sure it's all archived so that, you know, in the future we can look back at how we created like legacy.
I saw you like shutting down Peckham. I actually remember now.
Thank you.
They had one event. Was it Peckham Cinema? Innit?
Yeah, we did Peckham Plex. So we packed out the cinema, and it's crazy that you're looking at Peckham, and we were like, oh, we've brought black people back to Peckham. Like,
I mean, we were there. We were just further down the road, didn't it? Because I was at the barber shop here, and man were going, "Oh, there's bare things in the end." I was like, "Wait." I look over. You know how niggas be nigging, innit?
Yeah, I heard that.
Bro, there was, I don't know, you lot was at a pub just up the road, like just after Peckham. After
John the Unicorn.
Bro, man's getting calls like, "Bro, there's something going on in the ends. Like, where are you at?"
Do you know how many man we had come? We're like, "Oh, can we go in there?" I was like, "No, it's women only."
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Oh, so it's just exclusive to women.
So
sexist.
It was. So we are kind of rebranding a little bit because we feel like
pressure.
Men should be feminists too. We feel like men should.
Can men be feminists?
Of course you can, because feminism is about equality. It's not about women being more than men. So, and also, like, let's say that, for example, Black Femme Film want to produce a film, but they want like most of the leads to be women and the directors and the producers. It doesn't mean that you can't feature in it. So we're still working with men. Do you know what I'm saying?
You can get little 2 lines.
No, you can. Yeah, you can have a lead part too, but
best supporting actor.
And do you know what we do as well? We have a lot of companies that, for example, theatre is mad expensive. So
Facts.
where you have, for example, some young men and women who can't afford to go to the theatre, we work with theatre companies. I'll be like, here's 50 free tickets. So we'll be like, take the 50 free tickets and enjoy. Yeah,
because especially in a minute, I think people want to be on the right side of history. So there's a gap where you can kind of take advantage of that, where like people want to be seen to do the right things, innit? So it's almost like a quota. Whether you want to admit or not, there is a quota for like, we need maybe trans, we need gay, we need black women, we need disabled, blah blah blah. So there's money to be at least opportunities at the very minimum to be had out there just by going having this conversation. Listen,
but
we're doing this.
It's good because
it's good.
When you when you speak of theatre, you associate it with the big ones, innit? Like Broadway ones, Chicago's, the Wickeds.
Bro, don't lie, man. Lion King. That's what it is. Lion King.
I've never seen it, by the way, in theatre, but that's what you like associate in your mind. Like you're thinking, just that, and you look on there. You're seeing £55 and like
that's starting, bro.
You can't even do like a quick little cinema date kind of thing.
A glass of rosé, £15.
Mad.
What? £55 for a date is expensive.
For one ticket?
I'm just saying, like,
that's not expensive.
No.
So I'm speaking about the transition from like there's a clear disparity from the cinema to theatre, innit? Like cool,
it's
let's go watch this
fucking
movie.
expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive though.
£55. So that's your ticket, my ticket.
And like you don't even know if she's on it. You're just thinking, this is a cute idea.
You're trying to impress her. She's like, bro,
that man's cultured. Man goes theatre.
Because man, them start doing too much. Listen, bro, she would have been cool staying indoors watching Paid in Full. Like, relax, relax, bro.
I go to the theatre wearing a beret and that.
Man, start doing too much. I like smaller productions, so we went and saw a couple years ago #Lighty, by Lynette Linton, and it just kind of just covered that weird space of like being mixed race and stuff from both sides, and it was done. It's like. They coined it as the first like social media play because it had a big screen where they play the play essentially on that screen where you sat there and you got people live in front of you as well. Nice small production. They went and got the local school involved. That was dope. I've seen Noughts and Crosses. Yeah. I've forgotten the theatre. It's in East London somewhere. I've gone and seen stuff at Southwark Playhouse. So there's like smaller.
Yeah, I went to see Barbershop Chronicles.
Of course, that's
amazing.
Well. Amazing.
And I watched 7 Ways of Killing Kylie Jenner.
Oh, she got my
that's mad.
Amazing.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh, amazing.
It's got the angry girl in from Sliced in there.
So good.
Wait, what kind of title is that?
Basically, it's about a girl, a dark-skinned black girl who becomes an internet troll, and she goes through different ways of killing Kylie Jenner. So they'll be like ironic, like fill up her lips until she bursts or something like that. And her friend is a light-skinned lesbian. So they kind of go through colorism and gentrification and
light-skinned lesbian, you know.
Yeah,
young MA in that.
So that was good. Yeah, and I went to an immersive theatre which was sick. So it's like an epidemic broke out and everyone goes blind. So you are the people that go blind. So you wear a mask and it's all. That's what I'm saying. Like theatre doesn't need to, as you say, be like Broadway £55. It could be a little small theatre.
Everyone goes blind, you know.
Go and do Chicago, you know. Allow me, bro, please, man. I like my theatre black.
You know, they had Brandy doing it for a bit. They had what do you call it, Beverly Knight as well.
Yeah.
Alexandra Burke done
yeah,
Bodyguard, didn't it? Yeah, you know, had a few faces in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pissed I missed that one though. 7 Ways of Killing Kylie Jenner. I just started seeing the posters randomly through like Peckham, East London. Anyway, like I was on the way to work and stuff, I'd see it, and I just missed that. So there's stuff out there, and it's good we mention that, because not to just go back, but I remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Top Boy, leading up to anticipation, watching it, and that conversation about we're getting the same type of content.
Yeah.
Just through this conversation now, you're already hearing there has been different stuff out there. There's different stuff happening, so it's one of two, like what you paying attention to, and then are the right platforms like this kind of space giving those people an opportunity to come and promote, because maybe just sometimes they just need more eyes and ears on them for people to be like, okay, that's happening over there, or that's cool, and the added fact that it's going to be a little bit cheaper than like a Broadway play and that. Yeah. Because like I said, £55 a ticket. She said it's not expensive. It's fucking expensive.
It's Mazzolini. So how far are you guys into your rebrand? Has it started, or like?
It has started.
Okay.
It hasn't launched yet. We're just kind of working in the background. It is a bit difficult because as 5 black women, you know, we have to be excellent. We all have our own like personal things going on. Right. So obviously, like I'm managing C. Kane as well, and I'm doing the food doll, and I'm doing the eyelash co. So trying to find time between all 5 of us who are all doing different things is a bit difficult, but it's coming.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like, I guess when you eventually piece everything together, it's obviously going to come back in a big way. It's just having to deal with, there's men in the venue now, innit? So it's going to be, you might find some challenges.
In hand, innit? You get me? In the venue, bruv.
So our thing is, obviously, we're still going to prioritize women because for us it's important in an event space to mostly have women only events or just women only events, because it's not just about a safety thing, but you know, when we do our events, like women can, if they want to take their wig off, they can. If the eyelashes slide in, they can.
Listen, take the wig off in front of the man then,
okay,
man.
and how's that going to go down? It's going to be trending. It's going to be trending on Twitter.
Listen, free the scalp, innit?
I'm going to wheel out some old school footage, yeah? Shout out to a girl, her name's Rita. She was on stage, Tim Westwood. Back the wig. That. Yeah, back the wig. Back it.
No.
Yeah, man. Sometimes just
free yourself from your oppression. Back the wig, man. We're cool, bro. Why is it our fault? Listen.
Do you know why? Yeah, because like there's been like, even like now I'm seeing videos of Donnies like just running up on girls and just taking off their wigs. Like,
I don't know if you're talking about the one that went on the subway in.
Yeah, but he would end up looking like an idiot anyway.
But that was a skit though. Like that video was that's a skit. Yeah, that was a skit.
No, but that's not the first time I've seen something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it, but come on. Listen, man. If you're free, we're free, innit?
I've seen you get in your local gym and that there'll be like women's only classes and stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they just prefer to be in that space. I'm not mad at that, innit? But that's the unfortunate thing. When you start stepping out a bit more, you're gonna have that like people that kind of fucked you at the start were used to a certain thing, and now they might be like uncomfortability where like you start having a few more man them in the room. So it's just kind of managing that transition.
You just got to get we would never. Mad.
I think we're always going to be black femme films. So like I said, the majority of our events are going to be women only. But just like before, we had events where it was open to everyone, and those events were more like panel events or pre-screenings and stuff. But
what was the event? Yeah, that was like women only, and then someone snuck in there.
Was it one of yours?
Was it one of yours?
So it's one of our actually that has happened at one of our events actually.
So someone from your side is letting the team down.
Someone brought their boyfriend. We were like, you need to go. So you need to go.
How was Donnie dressed? Did he put on the wig, the shade?
No. We were just
try to act like,
do you know we thought he was staff? No, it's actually.
You thought he was staff?
Yeah, we thought he was staff. It was actually one
uniform,
of our partners.
to the shrubs.
That's with high vis jacket.
No.
That's with high vis. Can I see your tickets?
It was one of our joint events. So we did an event with a company called Lick, who's run by Teddy. So Teddy's like an influencer, and she does like women only queer events. That's her thing.
Right.
And we did a joint event with them and another group, Dreams. And yeah, there was just a guy walking around. So do you know why it's a bit dangerous? Yeah, for that, because Lick is like specifically queer events. You have people who like their family don't know, and like, do you know what I'm saying?
It's just like a safe space for them.
Yeah, it's very touchy.
Ain't no hetties allowed in the building.
That's it.
That's like when niggas first went Pussy Palace. And when they went
And lost
there,
their soul.
And when they went there, they got an awful surprise because you go in there and it's not for the man them, innit? And I even see a tweet like maybe like a couple of days after one of the events, they were like, they just reiterate, listen, this is a space for these specific people. If you don't fall under this criteria, you're not really welcome in it. But you can't actually say you're not allowed to come in.
Yeah.
But you got to respect that environment. So man, they went in there. They'll say they were seeing a madness in there, but it is weird to be on the other side where like you're the other in that space, innit? They've been going there doing their thing. It's like no one was bantering about me being at one of them house raves in Vauxhall. I remember one was like a rude boy thing. I remember being in an event before and I was the other in there. Horrible experience. Horrible, bruv.
I said other.
Yeah.
We've had enough backlash though. We've had people be like, oh, but why is it just black women? And can't I come? I'm a white woman, but I want to come.
They don't really want to come. They just want to create an issue.
Bruv,
it's
sit
like,
down,
did you see
bro.
the Donny on that? I don't know if it might have made you think of Shade Bro was saying, oh, why is there Black History Month? Bro, you've got 11 months. Like you have all the other months, bro. Like you don't really have an issue. You just
What Donny is it?
I just some white brother on the internet.
Fam, like it's White History Month every month.
Yeah.
Even amongst Black History Month.
Yeah. You still get a random Wednesday on week 3.
Yeah, because like even in a working space, like there's not that many companies. Like companies are only starting to catch up now, doing like little initiatives at the workplace, inclusion, diversity, under the guise of Black History, under the guise of Black History Month. But then there's companies that just don't give a shit, fam. What do you mean Black History Month?
Are any of your places of work doing anything for Black History Month?
No.
I am the only black in the village.
Oh.
I'm literally
Are you taking over?
No, I'm literally the only black person. Fair enough, I work for a small business, but there are across the 2 businesses, there are about 32 of us now.
Wow.
I'm the only black person. There is one other Asian person on the other side of the business. Does it?
Wow.
Nobody we've interviewed since I've joined has been black or ethnic. The other side of the business interviewed one black girl since I was there, and they really liked her. I heard some of the feedback, but I genuinely got the impression that it was like, well, Norman, we've already got one black. I don't think we need another one.
Oh, did they say that explicitly?
No, but it was very.
Oh, okay, you got the vibes.
There's absolutely no reason. If you look at her qualifications and what they're asking for, she has it.
She's overqualified.
It's just that thing of we've got our token. Let's.
Do you know what
Don't
I find
call yourself a
interesting?
token.
Do you know what I find interesting in the workspace as well? Is like when there is another black person, they expect you to link up, but then when you do link up, it's an intimidation thing. It's a problem because like they're shocked that like all right, the demeanor switched up a little piece. Like, oh yeah, you're talking different, but they don't understand our mannerisms when we really.
So not in the company in the.
Be careful what you say.
My previous.
Got to pay these bills.
In my previous company, that in my office there were like, let's say 20 of us. I was the only black person. Then there was another black girl that joined. So then we obviously became, she's one of my best friends now. And I actually got pulled aside by my manager and her manager. And they said, we think your relationship is inappropriate. You have to stop. You can't talk about things that you've done on the weekend. You're excluding other people. Bearing in mind, before she joined, nobody used to check for me. Everyone else was white. It was never an issue what I was doing on the weekend. And then all of a sudden, because we've got this friendship, it's a problem. And then what made it even more annoying is that the manager and one of the other managers that was in the business, she wasn't even my manager. How can she go and report me to my area director? Because she was like, their relationship is inappropriate.
Randall.
But she used to go on holiday with one of her members of staff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
They was fucking, man.
no, it was another girl.
They were still fucking, man. We don't discriminate.
That's how bad it was. They were like, we think your language is inappropriate.
What language was this?
Just.
Well, go on.
Honestly, it was absolutely ridiculous. Then there's that, like, so I had an issue where someone actually got let go. So I went to get my car, and the guy was like, oh, do you know so-and-so from so-and-so office? I was like, well, no. There were like 3,000 people in the business I used to work for. He was like, oh, but you must know him. He's like black as well. I said, well, no. it gets
You can't even
worse.
ring upon their HR because they're all an op.
Okay, I just thought you would have known him. He was like, I think it's amazing that this company is giving like you people a chance because it's really necessary. I feel like you've been oppressed for so long. I saw that coloured girl.
No, you got
Nah. Man, at this point, man has said so many things.
Guess what? I was honestly
Bro, this story's...
standing
Bro,
there.
are you
No,
telling me the
said
truth?
that when these things happen,
Yeah.
you know, you swear. Like, I'm a confident... Everyone knows me. I've got a mouth on me. If I was going to cuss him out, it would have happened.
He's caught off guard,
But
innit?
it was just the shock.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I looked at your name and I thought it looked a bit funny, but I thought you might have been like Asian or something. 'Cause my last name's not typically Nigerian. So I'm standing there, I'm just thinking, like, I was so uncomfortable. Like, all I wanted to do was sign for the car and go. He was like, oh, to be honest, there was so-and-so in so-and-so office. I was surprised when I met him because, like, on the phone he sounded white, but when I met him, he was black as a spade.
Well, to be fair, listen, my telephone voice
On point.
patterned. Yeah. No,
Sorry to bother you.
You think it's a joke?
The thing
It's
is,
like
is
saying, can you
that
spell your name? Foxtrot, Oscar. You don't think it's a joke? All right, cool. I speak English, but I speak a couple Englishes, innit?
no, but you see that, that Donny, like, man was giving
Man
you a
said black
song.
as a spade.
Man
There's
was giving you a song. He let him get to the third verse.
Yeah.
How can you do that?
I tell you, the shock. And the thing is, I got back into the office, I sat down, and for a split second, I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to say anything. And that was the God's honest truth, because I thought, I genuinely do not want to be the black person that caused an issue about race. Like, because I've had someone in the office say nigger, I said, I'm going to need you to maybe not say that. Then I get told that I'm being sensitive.
Yeah,
I
where
was
you
told
work, it's plantation, cuz. What is going on?
Honestly, so I got back in the office, I sat down, I was just like, okay, cool, whatever, I've got things to do. So later on, I was talking to one of my other colleagues, and I think it was my manager actually, and I said, like, I said something that the guy had said, but it was just in general conversation, and everyone around me that was white was like, whoa. I was like, well, that's not even the worst thing that he said. I was like, well, he said this, this, and this. And I was actually surprised how everyone in the office went off and they were like, are you taking the piss? I was like, well...
Yeah, rush him then.
No.
Go and rush him.
So he got fired. So my area director
got fired?
came
Cool.
in,
Good.
there was an email, I got a letter, and I was...
Compensation?
Genuinely
Reparations,
shocked.
nigga.
My area director was like, what course of action would you like us to take?
Money.
He was scared you were going to sue.
Yeah, and that's what it was. They were scared I was going to sue because I was one of a handful of women, and then I was a black woman.
Oh, yeah.
And you know the white people
Lethal
mannerisms
cocktail, yeah.
when they're nervous.
What?
It's mad. Like, mine wasn't as bad as that, but I had, like, on a small level, my last job, so knows, like, my next door neighbor, we grew up together and work in the same company as her. And one of her friends from, like, a previous job also works there, innit? So I was quite conscious of the fact that she was open that, like, this is my bro. Because there was no point in hiding it because it's eventually going to get out. And so this is my bro coming for an interview. But she didn't take the interview process. They did that. And it's on you if you impress or not, innit? But from the minute I started working there, like, I would walk in, like, it sounds like I would say hello to her last minute. These times I've been texting on the way to work. Like, I see her mum before I left my mum's to come to work, whatever. Like, I was conscious of, like, lunchtime. Like, just not, because if her and her friend were together and I'm there, you just got the three blacks sat in the corner. One's eating jerk chicken there. Me, I'm eating jollof.
What's that you got there?
That smells good.
That smells nice. What you got there? Proper nose diving in the Tupperware, you know.
And sometimes it don't come from a bad place because it's like everyone's intrigued, but it's like just the optics, innit? And I was actually conscious of it. And you know, like most people, everyone online now, I don't give a fuck, I'm militant. When you're in a work environment now, you are very conscious how you move, regardless of race. Just especially, okay, new job, so you're trying to impress. Probation period, so no lateness, no illness, just normal things. But then that added on top of it, and then that's my friend, innit? I didn't meet that person, like, that's my lifelong friend. So yo, finally we're in the building. And you're in a senior position. Nigga, we here. So of course I want to talk with you, innit? And sometimes the office goes, but I'll be conscious, and I'd even see her, and then her manager even pulled up at one point and said, oh, I don't see you and Follow interact that much. I said, oh yeah, no, I'm just really busy. And she told me, I was like, yeah, nigga, that's by design. I'm trying to be strategic about it. Then obviously you have like your work drinks and just see us at the end of the bar. Everyone's there's drinking Prosecco. Me, can I have the rum with the, like, you would notice we're doing our thing once we're comfortable in it. So it wasn't as bad as your thing, because that thing, I don't know if I could, I'll lose a job in it.
You say that, but honestly.
N-word. No, I'm flipping the table.
So she was singing
I knew it was over a
Had to
song.
be.
You know that scene in White Chicks when they're in the car?
Mega Man.
And then
Yeah, it was something like that.
we
She was
the
like,
realest nigga. And you're like, so there's no one around.
Honestly, like that. She was like, I don't fuck with you. She was like, oh, something, nigga. And I was like, well, first of all, those aren't the words in the song. She was like, well, yes, they are. I said, well,
So she
not.
just imagined the word nigga in the
what
lyric.
made it even worse. I was like, well, I don't care. I was like, even if it was, like, no. She was like, well, it's in the song, so I genuinely don't understand why it's a problem for me to say it. If
And
you
then you got to have the
so
stupid
can I.
debate and that.
So now I'm kicking off. I'm like, well, if I'm telling you that I'm offended by something, it's not up to you to tell me. So this is my colleague that I'm having an issue with. So then her manager comes over and was like, you're actually going to need to calm down.
Ah,
I said,
here it starts.
No, I don't need to calm down. I'm offended. So I was like, I could feel myself, and I have a horrible temper. And I know that once I've lost it, it's all over. That's it.
It's all over, Jackie.
So I left, got in the car, drove off. So my manager's calling me now. He's like, you know, in situations like this, I think it's best not to overreact. I think you've just got to, you know, think about the consequences of your actions. And I was like, you're a prick. And he said to him, verbatim, you're a prick. And I was like, I know exactly why you're calling me. Don't do it. Don't. He was like, no, I just, you know, this is going to cause bigger problems. I said, no, because you're just saying that what you don't want to happen is for her to get fired. That's what you're saying. You don't care about how I feel. You haven't asked me if I'm okay, if I've been offended. You haven't asked me where I am. Like, you, all you're saying
He's actually
is,
spinning the block. Just driving the block.
I got a ticket that day. I got flashed. I was doing
You got to send it back to the work and expenses.
I'm blasting gigs in my car.
Come on.
About,
Test out the 9 remix.
Being a black person in the corporate space is just funny.
Chile.
And you know, it's not always just like as obvious as that. In my redacted company, they dedicated a section of the weekly meetings to whatever hairstyle I had on the day, because I changed my hair quite a lot in it, like wig life. So just blonde one
Week
day,
on, week off.
that's
Wig-
it. Blonde
wig
one
off.
day, red next day, black. So just things like that. Like for me, that was like so embarrassing.
And highlight you.
And you know, just that anxiety of coming into the office with new hair.
Everyone's reaching for your hair like the
Lord.
Jordan logo. Like, it's bruv, like, oh my gosh, what is that new hairstyle? Can I touch it? Is it real?
But you're lucky if they even ask. I genuinely was surprised when I started talking to like, a lot of my female friends, and they were like, nah,
They just
like
go.
drive-by hair touching. Just,
And you know, certain times my wig wasn't even glued on, so you're running your hand through my head and the thing's sliding back like.
Nah.
no.
Because I'm just
Man's
going to work.
the
like,
recliner.
Bruv, the imagery is mad.
Oh man! You know, I'll quit if my wig ever fell off at work. I'm quitting my job.
Oh, convertible, you know. That's funny.
One
No,
girl
man.
said to me, she was like, well, I'm from Australia and people don't
Soft
really
top.
seem to have a problem with it over there, so I don't really understand what your issue is.
So go back to Australia
If
then.
I get to like touch her hair, my black friend, I don't see why it's a problem, because I'm telling do you know what I did that day? I googled why not to touch black hair, and I sent that article, the
Love
link
it.
to the article
To everyone in
to
the
the
office.
whole company.
That's it.
When my manager
CCing
came,
everyone.
my managers, my director, everybody. So obviously everyone's tap, 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 what's going on? I said, I told her not to touch my hair, and she didn't understand why. So I just want to let everybody.
Just so we're crystal clear, innit?
You know when you forward
Don't
like
declare.
the email to everyone and just write FYI. That's it.
That's
Bro,
what
I love a
said,
bit of
that was
passive
the
aggressiveness, you know.
Hey,
Yes.
listen, man.
Best.
Bruv, all the
My
white
last
people,
email.
all the white people in the company are probably thinking, "Is this a virus? Like, why is everyone getting this email?"
Do you look okay? I know before we obviously went on. I'm happy you said what you said. Do you even care if your company does anything for Black History Month?
Yeah,
They didn't.
I'm with you, man. I'm not on it, man.
I do.
Because if you work in corporate, you know that it's a box ticking exercise.
100%.
Like, what are you going to do? Do
Yeah.
a private screening of Roots? I honestly don't want to see it.
I do.
I don't.
Because
They got Django on repeat.
Nah, rob
Yeah.
this England. Use some of the
Rob
budget.
this
Yeah, use
England.
some of the budget. Do you know what? I think it's how they do it. So, like, in my company specifically, they will dedicate Black History Month not just to history, but to like furthering Black excellence. So, you know, doing CV workshops and trialing things that are going to make things better. I feel like it needs to be more forward thinking than
Oh, that's
just.
dope. Is that anything to
Yeah.
give me a few hours out of the office? I'm all for it.
Do you know what it is like? And sometimes like there's this conversation of like, oh yeah, Black History Month, we don't care about it, we don't want to speak about things that are in the past. From the moment you've just done something, it becomes a part of history. Do you know what I'm saying?
Course, yeah.
So you could do something today,
Yeah.
that's part of history, because people, if it's done well enough, people are going to remember it, and hopefully it can create an impact. There's always a moment where we create an impact. You may not think that this is going to be as impactful whilst you're doing it, but then once it's all said and done, that's history in itself. So like, when I see people say we don't care about Black History Month, you can start something today that will stand the test of time, innit?
Of course, yeah.
So there's various different aspects of looking at Black history, rather than thinking Black history, we only associate Black history to slavery or the pastimes of the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that have happened.
Innovation, technology, entertainment, politics,
we're,
things.
9 days into Black History Month,
Yeah.
and there's a lot that's happened since the start. Do you know what I'm saying? June Sarpong's just been given a big role at the
Household
BBC.
name, by the way.
Creative director. Yeah.
Exactly, household names. So these are things that are gonna stand the test of time. People are gonna remember it, especially if she makes an impact in her new position. So yeah, man, like you just got to think about certain things a little bit differently, tackle things differently, and maybe you'll have a newfound perspective of what you're talking about or what you disagreed with in regards to Black History Month. So that's my take on it, man.
Yeah. I'm only not bothered just because like there's not that many of us at where I'm working currently, and I just don't feel they would do it right. So I'd rather just leave it alone from that perspective. That's why I'm just, bro, I just want to come to work, do my job and go home. I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes I just want to go, I'm not on
Get
it.
involved, man, in certain activities at work, because it will
Yeah, once probation has been passed,
you will see the real me.
Yeah. That's when I'm going to take off the mask and just big reveal, and that's when you start moving mad. But until then, on my P's and Q's, innit?
I feel you.
Yeah.